I didn't know we had this.
Well, if you don't remember, in our last video, we installed this gate opener, but it didn't work. So in this one, we're gonna hopefully show you how we fixed it. Not that we're recommending that you void your warranty and do this, but it's what we did because we didn't have a warranty because we bought it and we didn't know that somebody had already installed it and broke it and then returned it to the store, and then we bought it for less money, but not enough less to justify buying a whole new arm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
I was like, man, that's like, oh, yeah, we saved a bundle.
Yeah, saving money, but not enough to buy a whole new $300 arm. So
It still would have been cheaper.
Mike dug into it, and I think we figured out the problem, and we're gonna spend a little time showing you what we did to fix it. So here we go. Let's get some work done. And we want to welcome you to Hillbillies Do Stuff. We are the Hillbillies, and we do stuff. All right, we're gonna go get some work done.
Press and hold the remote transmitter button to run the arm out a few inches. I don't know which is out.
Remote transmitter button, is that a button on the control panel, or is that?
Well, it says remote transmitter.
Okay, so that'd be gate 1.
I don't know what out is.
Well, it just says press and hold it. This is for one gate. This is if you have 2 gates. So that's our only button that we'll use.
No idea what that means.
Did you press and hold it? Status. All right, so like everything we do, nothing ever goes quite as planned, huh? We went ahead and continued the last video with the installation, but for this one we have this gate arm back up here on our picnic table workbench, and we're going to show you how we fix the problem with this gate arm not extending and blowing the fuse. So it was 7 beeps, right?
Yeah.
It was 7 beeps on the control, and that is not listed on the gate, the control box cover. They list alarm codes, but it only goes up to 6 beeps. And so we looked up 7 beeps, and 7 beeps meant that the gate arm was not extending or moving. And it was blowing the 10-amp fuse on the board. So online it said that they suggest replacing that whole thing, which would have totally eaten up every bit of a good deal that we got on this thing, because we didn't know that it was it had been installed, or somebody had bought it before. They had packaged it back up and sold it to us as new on clearance, but it wasn't. It had been, somebody had it open before, and we didn't know that until we got it home and dug into it and saw that the wires had been stripped back and stuff. So we couldn't take it back. It was, the store had closed, and so we were stuck with it, and we did not want to go ahead and buy this whole arm new, because it's like 300 and something.
Right, for a new arm.
To get a new arm,
But,
which is what the company goes ahead and suggests that you do. And I mean, probably with good reason.
And it looks like the majority of people do that.
But we decided to dig into it a little farther, and this is not instructional. This is just how we decided to fix it. So if you wanna watch and see how we fix this gate arm, it looks like it's a pretty common reason that they fail.
Yeah.
So,
But did not find online people easily just fixing them. You can buy a motor assembly for a mule, which is almost a copycat of this brand. I believe it's probably the same motor and everything. You could probably put their motor in this and it would work fine. But you could get the motor for around $50. But every motor came with a diode.
your dad said it's a transorb.
Transorb. It's actually what I guess it is. But I call it a bidirectional diode. That's what I know it as.
And I think that's what you looked it up as.
Yes. And we have a part number and we'll find it. But this is actually what failed. So this dead shorted and this is actually what caused the arm to
One
fail.
of these. We bought 5 of them on Amazon for what, about $5?
Yeah, about $1 a piece.
And I don't even think I can zoom in on these good enough to get you a part number on screen, but I can put it in the comments if you're interested in what the diode
And this is
or the transorb.
So this is designed basically to protect the circuit board, which it did. But it looks like most people get rid of the whole arm when this guy fails because they don't know that you can just replace this part.
All right, so let's open this up and get a good look at it.
Yep.
I think this opens just by taking
Yep.
these screws out and then unscrewing this
Super
off
simple.
the end. The screws we already have out of it.
We're diagnosing the problem. So
We put it back together to move it back up here, but you take those screws out and then the top just lifts off. And then we already cut the diode out, but it was here
yes,
between these two
between the motor post.
posts on the motor.
And the only reason I cut the motor was just for testing. If it, after knowing everything now, I would not have actually probably cut this, and I would have just replaced the diode. Been a simple fix. Been done.
This is the one that came out of it. It was in here between those two posts. Yeah, you don't. We wouldn't have cut those wires off if we had known what the problem was in the first place. But it's an easy fix. So we're gonna replace that and see if we can get this bad boy working.
Using a monster soldering iron.
Because I can't find my regular soldering iron. I lose everything. So now I'm stuck with this monster soldering iron. It's alright. Alright.
You need to hold anything?
Not yet. I'm gonna load up the solder on one of these.
Well, you want to tell them if it has a line on it, what it means?
Oh.
Since this one doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this diode can go in either direction. because it doesn't have a band. But if it was banded, we would have to be more careful to get it in correctly. But this one is reversible because there's no, you can see there's no band on it. There's just writing. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see what the writing is, but I will type it in the comments. Again, I'm in no way suggesting that you fix your gate motor like this. This is just how we did ours.
For a $5 fix, this is definitely something I would try if I bought a $300 new arm.
Yeah, maybe a reasonably sized soldering iron would be something that would be good. Little warm.
You gonna hold anything? You got it.
Where the soldering iron gets hot real fast.
That one's good.
Yep, we got it right. I don't want that terminal to fall off there.
I got it. This is your soldering skills. You realize you're on camera.
Oh my God.
You're touching, yeah.
You wouldn't believe this is what I did for a living for years, looking at this video.
It's not good. There you go. Cool it. Make sure that you're hot.
Yeah, it's hot. It's
I'm cooling the component now.
like for stained glass. This thing is huge. What a pain in the butt. Yeah, that is not indicative of my normal soldering skills. That was embarrassing.
All right. I mean, that should be it.
Hopefully. We'll get this put back together, get the reds connected, the blacks connected. Get this all screwed back together. We'll hook it up to the circuit board and show you if it works. When you took that diode out and tested the motor, how did you test the motor to make sure it was,
Well,
did you hook up?
We had a 12-volt power supply, so I just jumped it.
With the
unconnected.
circuit board out of the
Right, unconnected,
equation.
because since this is out, you don't really want to do it in case this thing, I don't exactly call it backfeeding, but it basically sends a surge to the circuit board and turns it up. So with the circuit board disconnected, I mean, it's just a 12-volt motor. So just
So you hooked 12 volt
12 volt
positive
to
and negative straight
spun it,
into
so
there.
spun no problem. And the symptom was we had a dead short, which I thought originally maybe it was in the cable itself,
Yeah, because it was a little bunged up after we got it.
but it was not in the cable. So the dead short was across the diode, and that was causing all the issue. So tells you how much I trust it. I'm putting screws in before I'm testing it. So let me get that. I'm sure I got a star bit, but typically one of these will work. For as tight as we need it, I can make it out work. On the right size. Once more.
Guessed wrong twice, huh?
Going twice. It's a little hard when you don't have exactly the right tool.
What size is that there that you landed on?
I don't know, but the screw's a star bit, so.
Oh. 1/8 Allen.
But we didn't have a star bit that was deep enough that, not easily accessible. I could have went and found one, but
That'll be fine. There she
Oh,
goes.
it's
That's
fine.
how you get them out. That's how you get them
It's
in.
going in the plastic, it's fine.
All right, get this put back together. Screw this end back on.
I guess we do this over here.
So does that gate, well, I know it'll be connected to gate 1 right now. But will that always be gate 1?
I don't think it matters. The only reason it might matter
If you
is,
press one button, it'll only open gate 1, I think.
yeah, that's the only reason. It depends if there's a certain gate you want to open. We can change it to wherever you want. It does not matter. It also probably depends on the zombie lock. Which one opens and
Slightly first.
uh-huh.
I think the lock is supposed to open a little ahead of time anyway.
It does. It completely unhooks. Dang it, I hate these wires. Somebody else online said it needed to have.
The little push-in ones?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
They put the grommet ones on, like the ones you put on the wire. It just has a pin outs. I've got those. I can't see Nina ever do this hardly more than a couple times, so.
Hopefully not. Okay, so this is the arm that we just put the diode in the motor. And we have it back down here. And Mike's gonna press the remote button and it'll either go in or out. If it's gonna work.
Should go in.
Alright. So that diode fixed it no problem. $5 fix as opposed to a $300. We got the motor working. Okay, let's put it out a little bit, make sure it goes both ways, no problem.
I mean, it did. This is the setting point.
And then you stop it, and then you let it go in all the way. And where it stops, that's where you put the bracket, correct? Moment of truth. It's more than open enough, yeah. You got the remote?
Right?
Yep. Ah! It's moving! We have movement! We just don't know where it's gonna stop yet. Fine tune it with the set stop and set buttons on the. Oh, it worked! Yay!